Well, hello. My name's Mr. Baird. Well, actually, my name's David, and I'm the son of Robert. Robert was the son of Francis. Francis was the son of William. William was the son of Colin. Colin was the son of James, and James was the son of John. What I just described to you is a genealogy. A genealogy is a list of your ancestors. It may be your dad's dad's dad, or it may be your mum's mum's mum. Anyway, today begins our adventure through the Gospel of Matthew. You see, Matthew was a close friend of Jesus, and he wrote an awesome story about Jesus' life. So over these next few weeks, we will be learning about the book of Matthew and its main character, Jesus Christ. And you guessed it right, today we're beginning in chapter 1. So I'm going to read chapter 1, verses 1 through to 17 for you today. Read with me. This is the genealogy of Jesus the Messiah, the son of David, the son of Abraham. Now, before I start, there are some tricky names in here. I don't know if maybe sometimes you meet someone with a tricky name and you struggle to say their name, but I'm going to try my best to say their name. So Matthew chapter 1. Abraham was the father of Isaac. Isaac was the father of Jacob. Jacob was the father of Judah and his brothers. Judah the father of Perez and Zerah, whose mother was Tamar. Perez the father of Hezron, Hezron the father of Ram, Ram the father of Abinadab, Aminadab the father of Nahshon, Nahshon the father of Salmon, Salmon the father of Boaz, whose mother was Rahab. Boaz was the father of Obed, whose mother was Ruth. Obed was the father of Jesse, and Jesse the father of King David. David was the father of Solomon, whose wife had been Uriah's wife. Solomon the father of Rehoboam, Rehoboam the father of Abiah, Abiah the father of Asa, Asa the father of Jehoshaphat, Jehoshaphat the father of Joram, Joram the father of Azariah, Azariah the father of Jotham, Jotham the father of Ahaz, Ahaz the father of Hezekiah, Hezekiah the father of Manasseh, Manasseh the father of Amnon, Amnon the father of Josiah, and Josiah the father of Jehoiakim and his brothers at the time of the exile to Babylon. Verses 12. After the exile to Babylon, Jehoiakim was the father of Shealtiel, Shealtiel the father of Zerubbabel, Zerubbabel the father of Abihud, Abihud the father of Eliakim, Eliakim the father of Azor, Azor the father of Zadok, Zadok the father of Achim, Achim the father of Elihud, Elihud the father of Eleazar, Eleazar the father of Mathon, Mathon the father of Jacob, and Jacob the father of Joseph, the husband of Mary, and Mary was the mother of Jesus, who is called the Messiah. Thus, there were 14 generations in all from Abraham to David, 14 from David to the exile to Babylon, and 14 from the exile to the Messiah. Wow, that was a mouthful. I'm going to take a rest, and you guys are going to do a short activity and watch a few videos.
The Gospel according to Matthew. It's one of the earliest official accounts about Jesus of Nazareth, his life, his death, and his resurrection. The book itself is anonymous, but the earliest reliable tradition links it to Matthew the tax collector, who was one of the 12 apostles that Jesus appointed, and he actually appears within the book itself. For about 30 to 40 years, the apostles orally taught and passed on their eyewitness accounts about Jesus, along with his teachings that they had all memorized. And Matthew has then collected and arranged all these into this amazing tapestry and designed the book to highlight certain themes about Jesus. In this video, we're just going to cover the first half of the book. Specifically, Matthew wants to show how Jesus is the continuation and fulfillment of the whole biblical story about God and Israel. That Jesus is the Messiah from the line of David, that he is a new authoritative teacher like Moses, and not only that, Jesus is God with us, or in Hebrew, Emmanuel. And Matthew's designed this book with an introduction and then a conclusion, and these act like a frame around 5 clear sections right here in the center, each of which concludes with a long block of Jesus' teaching. Now, this design is very intentional and it's amazing. Just watch how this works. Chapters 1 through 3, they set the stage by attaching Jesus' story right onto the storyline of the Old Testament scriptures. So Matthew opens with a genealogy about Jesus that highlights how he is from the messianic line of the son of David, and he's a son of Abraham. That means he's going to bring God's blessing to all of the nations. After that, we get the famous story about Jesus' birth and how all of the events fulfilled the Old Testament prophetic promises, that the nations would come and honor the Messiah, that the Messiah would be born in Bethlehem, but even more than that, Jesus' conception by the Holy Spirit, his name Emmanuel, all these work together to show that Jesus is no mere human. He is God with us, God become human. So you can see 2 of Matthew's key themes right here in the introduction. He's from the line of David, he's Emmanuel. But Matthew also wants to show how Jesus...
Alright, so what we watched there was a brief snippet of a longer video which goes through and explains the makeup and the structure of the book of Matthew. Matthew's trying to show that Jesus isn't just some random guy who appeared on the scene some 2,000 years ago. He's actually showing him that he was prophesied about and that he comes from a lineage of different people in Israel who mattered. There was prophets, there was kings, there was all different types of people that Jesus came from. And Matthew is trying to show his audience that he's writing to that Jesus was a real man in real time. So over the next few weeks, we'll be showing a little bit more of that video as we dive deeper into the book of Matthew. And we'll also be drawing in some other themes and some other ideas from the book. But for now, that's it. I hope you guys are enjoying online learning. I hope you're doing all right. I'm thinking of you guys and girls. I'm praying for you. And I'm about to head out. Bye.